Gee, Patty, you know what time it is?
Yes, I do. It's time for a
Midweek Update! Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that intro.
Yes, they had fun doing it.
So we just left our Oregon Campout, and we had a great time.
Great time.
I think there was, about 7 or 8 of us there, site-wise?
I think so, sites, yeah.
Yeah, we had, I think they were all Tab 400s.
Yes.
Except for Nora and Lisa's 320.
Yeah.
They're 2020 320.
Yeah, they have
just
the
gotten
newest
it.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then we had our special guest. We were so excited to have John and Kristen from No Ordinary Path,
Right.
the YouTube channel, join us, and they were in their Keystone Passport.
Okay.
Which is a bigger trailer, which they need because there's 5 of them living in
Yeah.
it, plus their dog Cinder. So,
Right.
so we just had a great time at the camp out. So, but hopefully you are watching this today, 4th of July.
Yeah, happy
4th of July.
Everybody.
I wished I had my sparklers going,
Yeah.
make it more interesting, but we don't.
have any.
So we hope everybody's having a great 4th of July. Make sure it's a safe 4th of July as well.
Right, and keep your pets safe.
Keep your pets safe too. So we're actually going to be going to Rockaway Beach once again this year for the parade. We're meeting up with our friends Jeff and Shelly.
Yep.
And we're really looking forward to that. We probably won't do the fireworks because Truman didn't like it last year, and I'm pretty sure Bess won't like it this year.
No, I don't think so. She's not a big fan of anything that rumbles outside.
Yeah.
She gets all freaky. So
we will probably skip that, but otherwise, it's going to be fun. So we left Russ and Carrie, the roads we roam, I guess on Friday. Friday, I guess it was. We headed out of Idaho. Had a really nice drive.
Yeah, it was very pretty. It's always pretty, and we always see something new that I didn't see before.
We ended up taking, I think it was Idaho 33 over to US 20.
Right.
And what we didn't know was that, and you will see this in an upcoming video, so I hate to give it away, but I guess we will. We stumbled onto Craters of the Moon National Monument.
So cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was just one of those things we didn't expect, and
it looked like you were on the moon. What
it's
you
the
envisioned.
lava fields.
Yeah, it's very, very neat.
To me, it kind of seemed like Indiana when they plow the fields and it turns all that fresh dirt up. Except this wasn't soil; this was actually hard lava rock.
Yeah, it looked like someone had turned it up, and it was just the way it was. Yeah.
So in that case, the GPS worked really well because it was a really nice surprise getting to see that. Unfortunately,
our GPS failed us.
Our GPS failed us, but before we get to the failure, so here's what happened was we left Idaho Friday morning with the intent of staying at a Harvest Host winery.
Right.
And you tried calling all day long.
Geez, multiple times. They said they opened at 1, and if I made sure my time was right, because it was going to be Pacific time, so I waited, and I called 3-4 times, and I just kept getting a voicemail message, and I wanted to talk to
the owner,
and I just couldn't get in contact. So,
which is kind of a reason why you probably should call the day before, not wait till 11.
Right.
So that kind of put us in a pickle, and because we were having the issues, I asked Patty to go ahead and make a call for the next night. We were going to stay at the Blueberry Farm.
Right, and I called there, and I talked to the owner, and they were having a family celebration of some kind, and they weren't ready for a Harvest Host yet. So
we were so like Friday afternoon at like I think 4 o'clock, we have no place to stay, not only for Friday or Saturday. So Patty started calling. Well, I guess first you started looking for places to stay for Friday night and found a state park that we thought had some availability. Do you remember what the name of that was?
Wasn't it
Farewell Bend? It was in Oregon.
Area?
Yeah, it was in Oregon. So we pull in, and every site says reserved on it, and we're driving around. And there was a ranger in front of us on a golf cart, and she had some trash blow off, and I stopped, and she grabbed it and waved, and kept going. And then all of a sudden, a big box fell off, and I rolled down my window, and she says, "I am so sorry." And I go, "No, I think it's meant to be. I need to talk to you." And so I jumped out and was explaining our situation and said, it showed walk-in sites. Well, apparently the walk-in sites were up front, and they were, I guess, tent sites.
Yeah.
But luckily, she said, "Are you just here for one night?" And I said, "Yeah." So she says, "That site 2 back you can have." And I said, "But there's a reserve sign." She said,
I reserve it.
I reserve
it's
it.
Mine.
She holds it back for those situations.
Yeah.
And she was so nice to let us have that site. And I think it was water and electric for $26. Really nice campground.
Yeah, it was very
paved.
nice. Yeah. Nice showers. We used those.
Yeah, we actually used the shower house there.
Out, yeah. Nice.
They had a dump station. We didn't use it. I don't. And they had a pet playground, like a fenced in area, and I believe it was on a lake.
Yeah, there was a pretty lake there.
Yeah,
and some sites were located right on the lake. We weren't, but off the one corner you could see a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on our way to the state park, Patty then began calling a Harvest Host south of Portland, Arcane Cellars, who said, yes, we were welcome to come there on Saturday night. So we found our Saturday night on Friday. This is where the GPS story comes in. So they had told us we needed to be to the winery by 4 o'clock.
Right, because they only open from 12 to 4.
So we're making really good time.
We got up early.
We got up extra early. We did make a stop at Mud Bay to get Truman and Bess some treats.
Right.
And then we're almost there. I mean, we're literally minutes from there.
Yeah, maybe 5.
And I see the sign that says something about ferry crossing. And I'm like, okay, where are we going? Sure enough, it brought us into a ferry crossing to get over...
basically to the winery.
The winery.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at it, and it's real steep down, and then you got to load onto the ferry. It wasn't that expensive. I want to say it was like $6 or something.
No, it wasn't bad.
So I'm sitting there.
River.
Willamette.
Yeah. Willamette River.
Yeah, Willamette River. So we're sitting there, and I see signs about you're responsible for any damage because of the steepness. And so the car in front of me goes down, and all of a sudden I see their muffler almost hit. And I'm like, there is absolutely no way.
Because we were worried about the tongue, and then I was worried about the back of the rig.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, what are we going to do?
So I pull out. There was a parking lot. I pull out. Patty calls the winery, and luckily, well, first I think they told you what?
I said, I'm at a ferry. The GPS took us to a ferry. How do I get to your winery? And I can't cross with the trailer. And it's like, no, don't do it. There's no way you're gonna mess up your trailer. So I said, well, how do I get there? And then he started telling me to head south towards Salem. And then told me some stuff that I didn't remember. But I knew to go towards Salem. So after we got off the phone, I plugged it into the GPS, and it routed us down to Salem.
And I think it took us like another 40 minutes.
Yeah, it took us a while. Well, we got behind farm equipment too.
Well, that too.
But then once we got to the road that turned into the winery.
Yeah, like the lane that went to, it was literally right where the ferry came across. Like we were that close.
Right there, and we turned to go down the lane to the winery.
And luckily the winery, for whatever reason, decided to stay open until 5 that night. Yeah. So I think we were there a little after 4.
Yeah. But it's oh no.
Yeah, so GPSs. And then we had the same situation today coming to Tillamook, where it was routing me on, I don't even want to guess where it was heading.
Country mountain road. It's like, why aren't we staying?
Instead of taking the somewhat main road of 22. So I don't know, me and GPSs are not getting along on this trip.
Well, that one's done that before, and so we just started using the phone.
Yeah.
It worked out better.
But Arcane Cellars, that was a great Harvest Host. Yeah.
Nice.
So there was like 5 acres. I think there was 6 or 7 of us there that night. But because there's 5 acres out in the vineyards where you can spread out, I mean, we didn't feel no. Didn't feel on top of each other at all. Did a nice wine taste. Well, you didn't. I went up and did the wine tasting.
Well, because we were running late, and I was just setting up and keeping the pups cool, and we ran up real quick.
And that was kind of nice. And then I bought some wine, and then for our camp out, which eventually you'll see a video on, we ended up going to another Harvest Host just to do a wine tasting, Laurel Ridge.
Yeah. It was beautiful in its own way. It was so different.
That one. Beautiful patio where you could sit. We did I think there was about 8 of us that went to that. And we were sitting outside, and the young lady, the daughter of the owner, did our tasting, and she really paced it. Nice, so that we could just sit and talk, and we'd done some cheese and meat boards. Yeah,
and that one you could just look out at the hills of they had hickory nuts?
Hazelnuts.
And the grapes.
And
it was so pretty.
So I did launch a video on Wednesday about the Harvest Host program. I know a lot of you are already members of the Harvest Host program, but I just felt it was important to remind people like how wonderful this is. And I know we're going to be using Harvest Host more over the next 4 weeks.
Right, definitely.
But anyway, yeah. So that kind of brings you up to speed on where we're at. Like I said, we had the camp out, and that was fun. And now we're getting ready. We're doing 4th of July celebration with Jeff and Shelly. And then I'm not not sure where we're headed.
I'm not sure. We're kind of conflicted.
Yeah.
We want to go to Northern California.
That's always been the plan, is to go to California.
Our new friends from the campout were talking to us about all the cool things we haven't done yet.
They're telling us all these things that we missed last year when we were in Oregon and Washington. So I don't know. Right now, I think we're thinking we're going to go to California for maybe a week. And then, because we got thinking, we may be somewhat limited with Truman and Bess, especially on like the winery tours and things. We don't know yet. I got to do some research. And then maybe we will head back north, because April and Tom really put on a solid argument for us to come back north to go to to Mount St. Helen, Mount Rainier, maybe the Cascades, and then Leavenworth. I tried to explain that we have Frankenmuth, but they said Frankenmuth doesn't have mountains behind it. And,
that's true.
And I never thought of that it might feel different there.
They said, it's a touristy town, but the town is so pretty.
Yeah. So I don't know. We might do that. And then we might, that way we could swing by the sweet shop in Yellowstone on the way home and bug Carrie.
We need some more candy.
Which we really do need to get that big gummy bear out some point and try it. We still haven't tried the big gummy bear.
You taste it. But
So this has been, I'm telling you, we're only, I think, 2 weeks into this trip. And it really has been amazing. In fact, I'm kind of sad because we've spent so much time, we've had the Iowa campout, which was amazing. We had the Oregon campout. We spent time with the Roads We Roam. We spent time with No Ordinary Path. And now, and then we're going to spend some time here with Jeff and Shelly. And then there's going to be nobody. So we're going to be lonely.
It's me and the pups.
Yeah, well, this is true. So it's not, not just, not nobody, but so.
I know what you're saying. It's been fun meeting these people that you talk to on comments and seeing them.
I know.
And getting to know
them. It's weird because like so many of these people that we met, I feel like I knew already.
Right.
Because they are such a part of our lives through comments and messages and emails. And to finally be there in person
and actually see them,
absolutely. So
learn about them, and
So anyway, I think that's about it for this week. We don't want to bore you.
Nope.
We put out a lot of videos, I think, this week because we did have the live stream on Tuesday night.
That was fun.
That was fun, and we're probably going to be live streaming again here very shortly.
Our signal is great.
Our signal is great here in Tillamook, so we may be doing another one of these this weekend, and we'll just see. And then I think I'm going to have possibly another bonus video next week. So I've been shooting some extra footage. It's stuff that really doesn't qualify as its own, it's not a Monday feature video. But anyway, okay. Again, hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. We apologized last week for not having our Friday wind down. We could not get cellular service to get it uploaded. But we are going to have a Friday wind down. We do those every Friday night over on Instagram and Facebook, so you can check them out. We review a wine in under 3 minutes usually.
And before we wrap up, we would show you the pups, but they're so tired.
They've literally asleep on the bed.
Early tonight, they're
exhausted.
Asleep. They don't even. Usually, they want to be over here with us, and they're out. So.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. And until next week, we will see you
on down the road.
Good night, everybody.